Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. This is my Burning Man 2013 fundraiser video, and my name is Tex Allen, and this is about Why the Nose. I realize that a lot of you might be landing here today because of an article that you found in the Oakland Tribune, and if you are seeing this video beforehand, then there's an article coming out in the Oakland Tribune about Why the Nose. And I think it's time to make this video because things just feel right today. I've had a lot going on around my personal life so much, and my life is really Why the Nose, that it's time to tell everybody who don't know me yet, who just tuned in. I want to tell you and everyone that knows me really why the nose. Why I wear this little clown nose on my face everywhere I go in public, every day when I'm out of the house. Although not always with a cowboy hat. So why the nose? Well, Why the Nose started off as purely a cacophony whim. This one day I thought I would wear the clown nose out just for the heck of it, really, and because it made me happy. And the very same day people asked me, hey, why are you wearing that nose? And it's not something I really expected. I didn't expect anyone to interact with me, but they did. And at that point I had to tell them, just because it makes me happy, and I guess because it makes you happy. And over the course of 3 years now doing this every day and handing out noses, that answer has changed dramatically. It started off with love, and now it's gotten to a point where it's completely transformed my life, and I understand why I'm doing it. So first, why just started off as a stunt, just as a fun thing, and then I thought, well, this is artsy, let me take some pictures of people if they say yes, or if they get a nose from me, because I was handing out noses every time someone asked me the question. And that turned into an art project, which turned into video, which turned into something completely different. So Why the Nose started off as love, and it was really a love for humanity. It was a love for people, which I've always had in my heart, and I hope everyone does. That's part of this project too. But it's because I love to talk to people. I love interacting with people, because that's the only thing we have in our lives that makes us human, that makes us real, is interactions with someone else, with the outside world. And if I can help make those interactions better in my life, then I always did. I always found a way to make that more fun. Whether it was having a fun little quip or a story to tell someone, but I was always outgoing, and to be able to inspire someone else to do the same thing with a ridiculous stunt was also part of Why the Nose. So I kept doing this and I kept doing this, and then I realized another Why the Nose, probably the most important point of it all. I realized that I have unconditional love in my life. I have a partner that has taken everything that life has thrown at us and everything that I have caused to be in our lives, and she's taken it in stride, and she's risen above it. She's given me unconditional love, and when you have unconditional love flowing through you, like I have a source right next to me that cares for me like that, you can't help but put it out further. So I realized that her love, I realized that the love of the community that I have around me, that has supported this ridiculous love stunt for so long, and who supported me before that for all the ridiculous, crazy things I've done just to make people happy, just to put something out in the world that changed someone's day for the better, to have those people around me was the other love. I realized that Why the Nose is simply a funnel of their love. It's just a funnel of their love, because every time I put this on and someone asks me why, I always have a story that relates to something else in my life, to the love parts that built my life, that have changed me, from the community and this incredible woman that I have as a partner, Kat. I realize that when they ask me a question, I have something to relate to them, to tell them something about you, my friends, or a story that we share together, or a story about Burning Man, which, that happens quite a bit. I realize that this is just a conduit for that. It's just putting out love through the power of everyone that has surrounded me, because in all, we create a circle here. And every time that anyone puts one of these on, and a lot of you do, and you choose to wear this out in public, or you choose to represent it, or you choose to just say thanks text, and you send me a mail or a video or a note, it's that love that keeps flowing through it and keeps flowing through this thing. And it's just an outward visible sign of our love. And if you put it on your face out and you wait for it to happen, if you take that challenge, when you take that challenge, you're taking a challenge of love. You're challenging the world to come at you out of curiosity, maybe out of humor, maybe out of love. You don't know how they're coming at you, but they're coming at you. They've got something to say. And you have a chance to respond with love. Something that sometimes they just don't expect. You know, they expected, you know, something like, I lost a bet, or it's something humorous, or I'm doing it, and I don't really want to do it when I'm wearing this, or they just simply do not know why. And I don't think that a lot of them expect the love that comes back. They ask me why, and I tell them to make you happy. And because I'm happy. Because my life is abundant, full of love, full of experience, full of the best people. All walks of life that come and interact with me from all around the world where these noses have been sent and where they're continuing to be sent. You know, when I wake up and I get an email from Africa or Indiana where this is in a cancer ward for the day, or somewhere else in Northern California where it was in a library, a small town library for a week, encouraging people to read, take a clown nose, read. They had a whole poster about it. I get dozens of stories all the time, and I see what it's done around the world because I chose to do something ridiculous, and you chose to support me. Man, what's better than that? What is better than love? Love of being alive, love of your abundance, love of where you are now, that you're alive and you can listen to this crazy guy, which, again, I know it's kind of late in this conversation, but if you did just tune in, I should have said up front that by the end of this, you're either going to think I'm completely crazy, or you're going to completely believe me. I don't think there's a gray area. And I think the answer probably is love, because I'm just doing something because it's fun and it makes the world a better place. And apparently a lot of you believe the same thing. So here's the third point of why. And if you've noticed, I even changed the logo recently. It's because I've realized that this is something even more as special as love. And it's completely the conduit. And it's that this is the one degree of separation between you and the rest of the world if they choose to interact with you. Or whatever reason you have this on, if people choose to react even with a smile. Here recently, in the last week or so, I met some people who lived close by me that I didn't know were a community of folks that were kind of like-minded, artists. I've been living around this incredible artist community and had no idea because most of our time was spent in San Francisco. So as I met them and got to know them, I realized that they are the same as me, the same as Kat, the same as a lot of our tribes that we have here in San Francisco. Only they're just one degree apart. And I realized that this was the connection, talking about what I do and how this was formed. This was the connection to those people. And I realized that every time it's on my face, I'm creating this little bubble, a joy bubble, that I get to live in while I have it on, which is every time I leave the house. So I never really leave the comfort of home that I have here because I'm always happy inside, right? So as I walk around with this, people who come into that little bubble of happiness, that bubble that I'm putting out, and they choose to interact with me, then they walk into my reality, and then we have our moments. And I realize that this is the 1 degree. So if you see the logo, with the big and the small, with the O in the middle, that's for oneness, because we're all just one. All we want to do is get along with each other and have peace and happiness and all the hippie stuff that some of you may be thinking right now. Hopefully by now you understand. I just put an easy term on it for you. But this is just the 1 degree. The 1 degree of separation that pulls them in that exists to pull them in, and I get to interact. And if you do the same thing, that's great, and you have that same chance. And this is also about the 1 degree that you can create. You don't have to wear a nose. I want you to know what you love about yourself. I want to inspire you to find that, because when you find that joy and you follow it, then everything comes behind it. All you gotta do once you find it is follow it. Even if it's as ridiculous as this. I've told people many times, you know, if you make the best donuts or cupcakes or whatever, hot dogs in the world, and it gives you all the joy in the world to go out and wait at a public transit stop or where people are on the way to work, and you've got donuts, and you hand out your homemade best loving donuts that you put all your heart and energy into, right? If you do that every morning, and you give those donuts out, do that. That's the best thing. Oh, but text, you know, I have to quit my job to do donuts, and I would make any money doing that. Maybe not. But maybe everything else will come to you. I wear a clown nose. I still do. It changed everything. So what I'm asking for after all of this to you, from everyone here, if you're listening, is simply this, man. If you think this is fun, and you believe anything I've said, I'd love it if you throw a few dollars to WhyTheNose, which is tax deductible now, thank you. And let me send these to Burning Man again this year. Last year I sent 2,500 out there. Every morning I would load up Center Camp Cafe with 500 noses as soon as I woke up, which is about 7 o'clock in the morning, and by noon they would be gone. Not a single nose left. And since last year they've spread all over, and they've been to 15, 18 Burning Man regionals. It's ridiculous. And the most ridiculous thing is that that the tape ran out, and I'm having to tell you this last ridiculous story here later in the day. So it's obviously a little darker, and I have on a sweater. But and maybe you gave me that gave me some time to reset here. The most ridiculous thing that's happened last year in this crazy tale of the nose is this little guy sitting right here. Last year, about this time, is when I did the burning blog post about the nose, because I had received a picture of the man having been freshly built out of the ranch. In case you don't know anything about Burning Man, we have a place out in Nevada where we build the man, and he gets taken apart and then rebuilt at the event. And there's a photo of the man freshly built with the girls of the crew that built him standing next to him with a huge clown nose on his face. And that was a pretty ridiculous moment for me, this whole story of the nose. And later, earlier this year, when Spark came out, Spark, a Burning Man Story, which is the documentary about Burning Man, there was a moment in the movie where they show my friend at DPW and the guy who came up with the prank, named Woodchip. They show him in the movie doing that. And they show one of the founders of Burning Man, Crimson Rose, up on a ladder while they're doing it, just laughing and saying, you know, no clown nose on the man, don't put a clown nose on the man. And if that wasn't ridiculous enough, then here's this guy from an artist in Reno named Roger, who has a camp at Burning Man, and he made this, and it's now in my house. So here's the man with the clown nose on his face. About a year after, there was a photo of it. So I can't wait to see where this ends. And here's the part where I ask you to help me take noses out to Burning Man. You knew there'd be a part where the cult leader would ask you for money. That's how they do it, y'all. They get you hooked with a good personality and a good pitch, then they ask you for your money, and that's not what's happening. Every one of these that goes out to the playa, just like last year, will probably go somewhere around the world. About half of those I figured went around the world because of the demographic of Burning Man, but I just like to send this love out further. So basically every $20 I raise buys a bag of 50 noses, and I've already got the art being set up at Center Camp Cafe again, and I just like to fill that little basket up as much as possible all the time, because I know that people love this for whatever reason. I guess because it's love. And they like putting them on their faces, and they like taking them out around the world, and I just like to have some help taking as many as possible. So I'll have a link here on this video and on the page And I'll also have a form there. It's still where you can request a nose. And I do that every week. I send out packages of noses. So whatever you want to throw my way, throw the way of the nose to help send our love, our collective love, really, even further out. I'd really appreciate it, y'all. I really would. And I will see you at Burning Man 2013. I'll see you in the desert real soon. And for those of y'all who aren't going out there in the desert, I hope I'll see you all soon anyway. And some of you that I met through this project, I hope to see you again soon. So thank you for the love and thank you for listening. Take care. Bye-bye.